Lesson 3.1, Solving Quadratic Equations. How do you solve a quadratic equation by graphing and algebraically? You are given both problems 4 and 5 for independent practice. Both of them have fractions inside. If you're taking the square root of an entire fraction, that meant that you were squaring each part of the fraction. So you're squaring the numerator and you're squaring the denominator. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. There's nothing else to simplify, so your answer is 2 over 3. I'm taking the square root of the entire fraction, which means I have the square root of the numerator and the square root of the denominator. The square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 81 is 9. So my answer is the fraction 1 over 9. Problem number 10. We need to prime factorize the 45. I see that it already had a 9 outside. I need to know what the 45 is made out of. 45 is 9 times 5. The 9 is not prime. 9 can be broken up into 3 and 3. Those 3's are prime. The 5 was also prime. So I have 9 times what was 45. It was 3 times 3 times 5. The 9 is already out here. You cannot forget about your 9. Because the root out here is 2, that means I'm doing pairs. So here's a pair of 3's. I cannot find a pair of 5's, so he has to stay inside. So the 3's, because they paired, they got to escape. The 5 has to stay inside because he couldn't make a pair. So 9 times 3 is 27, and the 5 had to stay inside because it could not pair up. So my answer is 27 times the square root of 5. Let's go ahead and prime factorize 250. 250 is 25 times 10. 25 is not prime. I need to break it up into 5 times 5. Those are both prime. 10 is not prime. 10 can be broken up into 2 and 5, both of which are prime. So what is 250 made out of? I see a 2, and then I saw 3 5's. Because the root right outside here is a 2, I'm trying to find pairs. There's no pairs of 2. Here's a pair of 5. That 5 cannot pair with anybody. So who escaped? The 5 got to escape. The 2 was left inside, and the 5 was left inside. So I have 5 times the square root of 10. Your last independent practice problem, there's already a 3 on the outside, so there's my 3 already on the outside. I need to figure out what 578 is. Because it's even, I know I can divide it by 2. It's 2 times 289. 2 is prime. 289 would be 17 times 17, both of which are prime. So what was 578? It was 2 times 17 times 17. The 3 is already out there. You cannot forget about the 3. Because the little root out here is a 2, we're trying to find our pairs. 2 cannot pair with anybody, so he stays inside. The 17's paired up, and that's all that I see. So because the 17's paired up, they got to escape. The 2 did not get to pair. He's got to stay inside. So 3 times 17, because they both escaped, is 51. The square root of 2 has to stay inside because he could not pair up.